Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Chief Audit Executive Briefing. A couple announcements for you. First off, we're still in the open enrollment period and accepting new member applications for the Chief Audit Executive Forum. It's only open a few times a year, and this open enrollment period is closing this Friday, on Friday, the 13th of September. So if you want to get your application in for membership, make sure to do that before the end of the day on Friday. Now, the second thing is my friend Amanda Jo Irvin is actually doing a charity webinar. And so what she's doing, she's actually doing an ethics webinar. And everybody needs 2 hours of ethics each year anyway. And she's doing this to raise money for the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation. And it's going to be held on the 20th of September, and I have the link down below. Now, I'm bringing this up both because Joe is a friend, but also actually this hits home personally for me. Both my mother and my grandmother passed away from breast cancer, so this is actually a cause that I actually very much am for. So, again, if you want to get your 2 hours of ethics, she's donating all of the proceeds to charity. It's only $20 anyway. But yeah, if you'd like to get both your ethics CPE and help out that cause, the link is down below. Now, finally, excuse me, I had a little tickle in my throat today for some reason. I wanted to talk about some research that I've been doing from a survey that just recently came out on the pulse of the American worker. And in that, there's some things, again, that we're seeing about the workforce. And so I wanted to talk to you today about, again, kind of what your employees are expecting and looking for, because in general, most employees that are out there are not really happy in their position. And so obviously, again, that can translate over into the people that work for us. So some of the things to go through, and I've got my little survey report here. But what's interesting is one of the big things, or one of the biggest reasons why people leave is not because of compensation. And this survey brought that up again. And in fact, there's some really simple things that you can do here. So, just as a surprise, here's kind of 3 things why what employees are looking for and why they may choose to leave and go somewhere else. So again, this kind of goes back to their motivation, what they're wanting to see in the workplace. Number one, about 50% of people want a flexible work schedule. Flexible work schedule. That doesn't mean that they're not working full time. It's just that they want the flexibility in being able to deal with their personal things, as well as taking care of the work. Now, a flexible work schedule costs you nothing because they're still actually being able to get the work done. They're just doing it maybe outside of the normal 9 to 5, Monday through Friday sort of thing. Now, I know some of the work that we do has to be client facing. We have to be there for certain meetings, and I get that. But a lot of what auditors do could be done literally in the middle of the night. If somebody's a night owl, they could actually be doing it then. So first takeaway, and this will significantly improve the morale in your group, allow people to have a flexible work schedule. Second one is, people are also looking for opportunities to move into different roles in the organization. Pretty significant number, about 35% of people. Now, again, this is for the general population. But again, when you think about people in your organization, another major reason why people leave, they believe they are in a dead-end job. Okay, did you get that? They feel like that they don't have a future at the organization. Now, and again, one of the things that was interesting that came up, and I'm probably going to have a hard time. Here we go. Interesting that because a lot of times managers, we feel like we're telling people what they need to do to be able to move on, to progress and get promoted. In fact, the survey showed that 80% of managers felt like they've been very clear with their direct reports on what it would take for them to get promoted. The problem is the number of employees who actually believe that is 30% lower. So about half or less than half of the people actually know what it would take to get promoted. So another easy thing to do, and this again, obviously the promotion is going to cost you some budget, but the biggest thing is communicating with people. Okay, I don't know how many times I've seen this myself or heard this from other people. You have a really good person in your department, and all of a sudden they come in and tell you that you're leaving, and in your mind you go, oh my goodness, why are you leaving? I had this plan for you. But the problem is you didn't share that plan with them, or if you did share it, they didn't fully understand what you were saying or believe you in doing that. So again, those are a couple of things that you can work on to really be able to improve the morale in your organization. Now, one of the things that just to try to end off here with, there was one other point that I want to bring up here is, and again, this is about employees' perceptions of the managers. Okay, so this is their perception. It may not be the reality, but the reality for us that are managing people is you have to manage those perceptions. Okay, and 14% of the people said that their manager was skilled in developing their employees. Only 14% of employees felt that way, which means, again, if you flip that around, 86% of employees don't think their manager is doing a good job of helping them to develop. So again, you want to improve your morale, do some more things to be able to help in developing the people on your team. And that's not always in the ways that you think it might be, but you just need to start having some of these conversations with your team as a general, and also with some of the individual people. And what you're going to find is, which shouldn't be a surprise, different people are motivated by different things. That's okay. That's part of the art and science of management, is trying to actually figure out and provide different opportunities and ways to motivate everybody that are fair, but that also do motivate everybody in their own way. So anyway, there's three quick tips for you to be able to look at and try to help improve the morale in your department. So I will see you on the next episode of the Chief Audit Executive Briefing. Have a great week, everybody.